Ooch, ooch, ooch. Okay. If you've seen Saturday Night Live, there is this clip where they play that song, and people are, it's like someone gets shot, they play the song. Somebody else gets shot, they play the song. But like they come back to life, and then it was a whole thing. So, um, I think the name of it is called like Dear Sister, but it's on Saturday Night Live. Check it out. Okay, so here we go. And here we go. Here we go. Chapter 25. Let's do it. Ready? Let's go. Stan sits at his computer typing his next novel, working on the third sequel. Wait, this is the fourth. Okay. Ideas flowed constantly like a river stream in a good rainfall. He was happy with how things were going and was feeling confident at the beginning of his next sequel that it could reach the #1 bestseller rank within the first year or so. While writing, he stops for a moment and listens to the quietness around him. Outside the window in his office, to his left-hand side, he could hear the birds chirping and see the sunlight brightening around outside. He stands up and stretches before approaching the window and checking out the flowers and the life blooming all over the trees. The side of the house his office is on is not the side where the lake is. If standing in front of the house, the lake would be your left. If standing in front of the house, the lake would be to your left-hand side, while this room that Stan writes in his own in is on the right-hand side of the house, with nothing but woods and mountains on that side. Yet, it was still a sight to behold if you love nature and its beauty. Okay. Okay, let's see. It was a hot summer day in late August. He and Cindy had arrived at the lake house in late July. When they got there, they had so much to do to keep them busy. From walking down the trails in the woods, swimming, riding his pontoon boat around the lake, fishing, cooking out on the grill from the deck, soaking in the hot tub, plucking vegetables from the garden. No matter how much fun it was, Stan realized he needed to get to work on the real reason he and Cindy were there, and then so he could write his third sequel to his novel series. Standing at the window, looking out, Stan knew he wanted to get this book done before the harsh winter rolled in, but he knew that might not happen. Moments later, he was disturbed by Cindy barging into the room and calling for him. When he turned around, he saw her standing in the doorway with her phone against her ear and a big smile plastered all over her face. She looked so beautiful with her short style blonde hair. Okay, so did we find somebody to be Cindy? I don't think that we found anybody to be Cindy. We've got Tanya. We have got Tanya. That's kind of like her theme song at this point. She's the only one that has a theme song. But she's also the only one I feel that Brady truly. But anyway, here's Cheryl. So we need someone to be Cindy. Okay, so what she look like? Let's see. All right, she looks so beautiful with her short style blonde hair, green eyes, and her skinny build, which was not overly skinny by any means. It was just right in Stan's eyes. The more he looked at her, the more he could feel the beating of his heart within his chest. The way she had the bottom of her white t-shirt rolled up, showing her belly, while wearing these short, cut-off blue jean shorts, showing off her long, slightly tan legs, exposing her bare feet where her toenails had been painted in pink glitter. She was smoking hot. Stan wanted to jump her right away, but took notice that she was apparently on the phone with someone. Okay, so blonde hair, green eyes. Do we have anybody with blonde hair? We've got Helga, but I feel like that's not gonna fit the mold here. That's not gonna fit the mold. let's see. So she's not gonna have. I mean, the only other one that we have is Rose, and I'll be technically, she does have blonde hair. And hush, because I know what you're thinking. She does have blonde hair, and it is short. She doesn't have green eyes, but it's gonna have to work. It has to work. It's either that or Helga Pataki, and putting an 8-year-old in this scenario just doesn't feel right. So yes, we're good. This is going to be. Oh, do I have anybody else that can? I guess not. All right, y'all. You use your imaginations. Okay, so this is about. It's not about you right now, or you, or you. Okay, here we go. This is about Cindy Lou. Okay, so Cindy and Stan. Okay, I think Cindy might need a little backup here. There we go. All right, here we go. All right, well, she is skinny. Okay, and we have her short style blonde hair. Okay, boom. Cindy Lou in this thing. Cindy Lou, what it do? Okay. You remember my friend Travis, right? Cindy asked. Stan nodded his head, yes. He and his girlfriend want to visit us this weekend. He and his girlfriend want to visit us this weekend. Is that okay with you? She asked without hesitation. Keeping Cindy happy was all that mattered to him. He gave the permission and allowed them to come over the weekend. Deep in his mind, he is tense about enabling it. He only met Travis a few times when they were in the city, and it seemed like Travis's girlfriend was never around every time they met up. He always had an excuse as to why she did not tag along, and it always causes an alarm for Stan, yet he keeps it to himself because it makes Cindy happy to see her friend, and that is all that matters to him is her happiness. And at times, he feels like Travis could be competitive. He is young and extremely handsome. It was the last weekend of August. Stan had been preparing firewood and getting things ready for Travis and his girlfriend, who would be showing up at any time to spend the weekend with him and Cindy. So here's the thing. Okay, so we already know that according to his book, this is Tony and Janet. This is Tony and Janet. Okay. So now we have, so this is Stan. Okay, so when he describes Travis and his girlfriend, then we'll find someone. Okay. So let's see. Stan had been preparing firewood and getting things ready for Travis and his girlfriend, who would be showing up at any time to spend the weekend with him and Cindy. Of course, Stan is not too thrilled about this weekend, but to keep his girlfriend happy is something that makes him happy. And something that makes him happy. And if he has to sit through the weekend listening to Travis being Travis, it would be a price to pay to have Cindy in his life. Knowing that he will be bringing his girlfriend to stay the weekend brings a little more peace of mind to the situation. And that it was Stan, and that is what Stan kept relying heavily on during the wait for them to show up. The day was hot, and barely any wind at all, and hardly a cloud in the sky to block out the sun for a bit. Stan and Cindy were now swimming around in the pool, cooling themselves off while waiting for her friend and his girlfriend to show up. The two quit swimming around momentarily and wrapped their arms around each other in the pool, kissing. Their kissing became fiery just before they heard a car rolling into the driveway and stopping. Cindy got excited about her friend and his girlfriend arriving for the weekend. She quickly swam up to the steps and excitedly and exited the pool, grabbing her towel to help her dry off while wearing her pink two-piece bikini, something Stan was wishing she wasn't wearing with Travis coming by. But he was happy that she was wearing something because normally they walk around and swim naked together. "He's here, hon," Cindy said, ecstatic about her friend showing up. Notice she said he's here, not they're here. She hurried off the deck to go around the corner of the house to greet him while Stan remained in the water. "Yay, he's here," Stan said in a low, sarcastic tone. He wasn't thrilled, but promised to keep the peace for her sake. When Stan, still wet with his towel draped over him, wearing nothing but green-colored swimming trunks, fixed his eyes on Travis while walking from around the corner of his house, he saw Travis hugging Cindy, and there was no one else in sight. Travis wore blue shorts and a Hawaiian shirt that was not buttoned up, and it was open, exposing his torso area. He was a bit chiseled. Was he now, Stan? Was he now? Let's see. He was a bit chiseled, had a nicely shaped athletic build, and a bit of hair on his chest with a thin line that goes down his stomach. He's got short black hair. Okay, so black hair, brown eyes, and a closed-shaved face. He knew he was a good-looking man. But see, now that we know that Stan is bi, then it's like, okay, he knew he was a good-looking man. Okay. And it only made him cocky to show off his rugged look. Let's see. Okay, so black hair, brown eyes. So somebody handsome. All right, who we got? Let's see who we got that's handsome. All right, so we're gonna take a vote. We're gonna say, oh, you know what? I'm looking at John Wick here. This is somebody that's pretty stunning, closely shaved beard. Yes, no time for voting. We're going John Wick here. So this is Travis. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, because they said rugged look, and this definitely, if you take off the gun and all that, this is definitely giving rugged. Okay, so there we go, Travis. Rugged look. Travis finally took his eyes off Cindy and placed them on Stan. He walked over to him. "Hey there, Stan. It's been a while, bro," he said, slapping him against his left shoulder. "Cindy tells me you are looking forward to this weekend," he said. "Yeah, very excited," Stan responded in a low-toned voice while looking past Travis and trying to find where his girlfriend was. "Where's your girl? Is she driving on her own?" he asked. "Nah, I dumped that bitch. Kicked her ass to the curb," Travis answered, barely looking at Stan. He mostly fixed his eyes on Cindy. "I'm looking to the future," he responded shortly after. "I bet." Saying that did not sit too well with Stan. Yet Stan remained quiet. He kept himself in check. Well, he's not good. He's not going to survive. He's getting killed. He was not happy about Travis being here alone with them, seeing how he always checks out Cindy. It never sat well with him. And again, he was not thrilled that Travis had another excuse not to bring his girlfriend when he was around Cindy. Come on, we got a lot of catching up to do, Travis said, placing his arm around Cindy and walking away with her without ever looking back at Stan, of course further pissing him off with his rude, nonchalant behavior towards him when he's around Cindy. Emily closed the book and placed it on the chair's armrests on the deck near the pool. No! I wanted to see where this story was going. Lame. I wanted to see what was going to happen. But see, okay, we got to change something because this couple just does not match. I'm sorry. As much as I love Rose, like, this is not. It's got to be something she does. Okay, so we're going to make this, you know what? Yeah. Just didn't feel right. All right, so never mind all of that. Okay. Emily closed the book and placed it on the chair's armrest on the deck near the pool. Okay. She was wearing a bit of warm clothing due to it being a bit cold outside, yet it was so relaxing to be outside mid-afternoon. She sat her head back, reflecting on how Travis would look in reality. Her mind was wandering into thoughts of fantasizing about him now. She was using her imagination to see how he would look standing before her. His voice whispering into her ear. Is she about to cheat on her? On Tony? And Brady, of course. And Brady. Let's see. His touch against her skin, the feel of his body against hers. More and more, she was thinking of Travis. Tony was becoming a thing of the past within her fantasy. And her thoughts were filling up over Travis now. He was becoming her next obsession. While she was outside on the deck, having new lustful thoughts over Travis, it doesn't take much for Emily, does it? Like she'd be ready to go. Brady sat in his chair staring at his computer screen. He looked in a daze. His eyes locked on the screen, reading what had been written. He looked as though he were lost in another world, like he was hypnotized, or as if his mind was bent. While staring at the screen, it was written in detail what Emily was doing on the deck outside. It was about her having fantasies about Travis now, leaving Tony an afterthought in her fantasy world. Brady's eyes never blinked. They remained on what was written as though he could read into Emily's thoughts. Or is it possible that Emily is out doing something else? And this is something that Brady was creating in his mind to go into his book. All right. So, Emily is, I feel like she cares for Brady, but I feel like physically she wants to be with other people because every chance and opportunity she gets to imagine someone else, she is fantasizing about somebody else and doing all these things. So, but let's hop into chapter 26. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Peace.